Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is our 212 Olympia runner-up, Derek Lunsford. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's about time. Ready to talk about 212. Let's do this.
That's right. Well, there's been a lot of debate in that 212 division lately, especially with that New York Pro decision in the 212 division where Correa versus Ashkenani. A lot of people felt Correa deserved the win. Ashkenani got a gift. A lot of people felt that way. We had an iron debate last week about that. And, your name popped up as, we talked about the potential 212 Olympia winners coming up this September. I want to know what you're thinking. Let's put yourself aside for a minute. Did you watch the New York Pro? Did you see all the footage?
Of course I watched the New York Pro. I wish I could have been there, but I seen pictures, I seen videos. And that was controversial, man. And if you don't think the 212 is as exciting as it's ever been, you're nuts, man. As a fan, I'm excited. Like you said, take myself out of it. I am pumped for this year, man. And to be the front runner from last year, it's even sweeter. So, but that doesn't mean nobody's got the title yet. That's what's exciting, is that everybody's coming for that title, and everybody's working their ass off day in, day out. Everybody believes that they're going to earn that title, and it's whoever that sets the standard to be the best in the world is the one that's going to come out victorious, and I expect nothing less from myself. The New York Pro, I'm assuming you're asking me what I thought of it.
Yes.
Okay, so I wasn't there. First and foremost, pictures and videos only do so much. From the pictures and videos, anybody that I showed the pictures to, it seemed as if Eduardo Correa should have won. Now, I had some people that were at the show who even had your guy, what's his name? I'm sorry, I apologize.
Kareth Baggio.
I think honestly, I raised this, I proposed this. I think he's the reason why there's so much controversy, because he looked good.
Yeah.
And I heard that Eduardo Correa actually had some third place votes, which caused him to end up second. So people don't realize it wasn't Ahmad and Eduardo. There was your guy as well, who I think threw a wrench in those guys' outcome. But to be fair, to be 100% honest, Eduardo looked fantastic, man. He looked really, really sharp. And he's going to be a tough contender this year. As far as Ashkenani, he needs to bring it in, man, a little bit more. If he could be a bit tighter and more separated, I mean, he's going to be that much more of a threat. But even with him off like that, he's still obviously one of those guys that cannot be overlooked at all.
I'm sure when you're watching this, you're saying to yourself, man, Ashkenani's way more dangerous than Correa, only because Correa's got some deficits. He has a torn tricep. Ashkenani's got a lot more size. He's got the back width. He takes up a lot more space on stage. I'm sure from your perspective, it's fine with you for him to come in out of shape, because that's just going to make it that much easier for you to beat him.
Well, it was pretty cool that I was able to do a guest pose this weekend, which was a week afterwards. Now, I'm not 212 by any means.
Yeah.
So think what you want, compare as you will. But you're right. I mean, Ashkenani genetically and his shape, his huge fullness, he's a huge threat to the title. I mean, people had him really battling flex a couple years ago at the Olympia. Yeah. And now that I came in, I'm one of those top guys as well. But somebody asked me right after the Olympia last year, who do I think is going to be one of the top contenders truly for that title? And I said, if Ahmad comes back in, which I think he'll come back better than he was last year, he's going to be one of those guys knocking on the top door. And that means I got to step up my game, and which is what I expect for myself. But I truly think that this guy's got something to prove, and he's going to come back and he's going to be even better at the Olympia. And most guys in my position probably would say, well, shy away from giving respect and credit. But I'm honest, man, and Ahmad's one of those guys who I'm not overlooking at all.
What did you weigh at the guest pose? We were just watching the footage we put up on the screen. What did you weigh this past weekend?
So I didn't do any water, sodium manipulation or nothing. I just stuck to my diet and everything. I woke up Friday morning at 2:38.
Wow.
And this morning I woke up at 2:35, almost 2:36. So I'm not too far off the mark. Obviously, I have plenty of fat I can pull off, and there was plenty of water film too as well.
I got news to you. I think you're leaner than Ashkenani was at the New York Pro, though.
Well, the thing is, he's 212. I'm 235.
No, I know that's terrible. That's not good for him.
So
that's good for you, though.
So yeah, I mean, and also too, my legs have been super sore. I trained like Wednesday or Thursday last week, and so I was inflamed. So I think I actually could have looked better at my guest posing than I really did. But we're happy because I did the same show last year and I was much fatter, and this year I kept it a lot tighter and I have more dense muscle.
Now, I got to bring this up because I wouldn't be doing my job, right, if I didn't. Guy Sistinino.
Oh, here we go. There's a controversy. What's up?
Yeah. Guy Sistinino said that, man, if you just would man up and train harder, you'd be a better bodybuilder. What do you think about that comment?
Oh, I loved it, man. Did you? I hope everybody saw the comment I put on the YouTube video here last week. But I actually Snapchatted it, or sorry, I snapped the photo and sent it to Guy.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm gonna bury you in a training session tomorrow because I'm coming to New York tomorrow. I'm gonna bury him into a training session tomorrow at Bev's gym, and then I'm gonna go to New Jersey and bury him in another workout. And then I'm going to fly back to Tampa and let you all see it.
Now, what did Guy respond to that? What did Guy say in response to that?
He knows.
Yeah. Now I'm going to get Guy blowing my phone up with text messages. He wants back on the show.
Yeah, you better get on here right now.
Yeah. We should. If I Skyped him, he'd answer the phone too. That's the funny thing.
This is going to be RX debate.
Yeah, we Iron Debate. We turn this into
Iron Debate. Yeah.
Why do you think that Tyler's looking for Guy's number? Why do you think that Guy said that? Was he just trying to mess with you mentally?
No, man, and I even seen your comment too, and honestly, as far as like the criticism that we talked about, let me just back it up for a second. You asked me right after, I don't know if it was prejudging or finals at the Olympia,
right?
What did I think about my physique? And at the time, I said I made tremendous improvements, and I'm very proud of what we brought. And you know what? I was happy with what we brought, but not content. Looking back on it, I was off. Talking with Guy, we did have that conversation. So he's not a liar. He's not causing drama. He's an honest guy, and he's given his true opinion, whether he's right or wrong. Right. But I do have to agree with him that there were some variables that applied the last 4 weeks or so into the Olympia to where I didn't look my best. And we addressed those. I think that I was training a wrong style at the end. I think leading up to 4 to 6 weeks out, I think it was benefiting me a lot by training the way I was with Ben Pekulski. The last couple weeks, that's where I think I should have switched my training up just a little bit and done more of a 45-minute to an hour training session, a little bit more intense, more of a pump workout instead of such a hard, taxing workout. Like we were still doing 2-hour training sessions in the gym when I think I should have backed it off.
Right. Now I think what Guy was referring to is Ben Pekulski does these super slow motion type reps that take like 2 minutes or something like that per rep or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest with you guys. Last year was the hardest I had ever trained in my life. It maybe didn't look like it because I wasn't slinging the weights and going nuts. But it was mentally and physically the hardest training I've ever done because every rep, every inch of every rep had to be perfect, or he was hammering me and telling me it was wrong and making me do it perfect. So I am extremely thankful because I'm able to, one, have a better mind-muscle connection, and two, I was able to understand the physiology of training, meaning like what kind of stimulus am I training in the gym. If I'm going to the gym and I train back like I did today, it was a bunch of supersets, drop sets, a pump workout, but it was a lot faster. So that's going to raise the metabolism up, almost like interval training in a way. So I think that there at the end would have been better than slow, controlled contractions. I think that just kind of weathered my body out, and it made me look kind of flat where I should have just pumped and went to got out of the gym.
Let me lay it on the line for you. I never understood why people change their training, prior to a contest anywhere different than, what they were doing in the off season. Now, obviously, I understand adding different exercises that maybe allow you to more contraction and hitting more, targeted, isolation type movements, one thing. But why would you look so good in the off season, you're huge, and you're training with heavy weights and you're doing conventional sets. Why would you change that training right before the Olympia? What would be the mindset of that?
So for me, when I moved down here and he invited me down to train with him, it was because I never had any guidance for training in the gym ever. James Brown has always been my coach through diet and all that, but I've never had someone take the reins and do my training. So I thought, okay, he kind of sold me his style. And so I thought, okay, that makes sense. And so I'm the type of person where if I trust you and I invest everything into you, you have full control and I will do whatever you say to do. And he'll tell you, I executed 100% of what he asked me to do. And I'm thankful because I learned a lot. But what I'm doing this year is I'm actually taking what I learned as far as the mind-muscle connection and stuff like that and implementing it back into how I used to train. So used to, and what I'm doing now is very, very similar. Right. But the first couple sets might be a little bit slower and more perfect reps, whereas the last two sets, one, 2 or 3 sets, I'm gonna go heavy and I'm gonna lift some weight. I'm not gonna hold back, especially on the days where I feel good and feel strong. I'm gonna be moving some weight.
Yeah, because when you diet, if you lighten the weights up, you lose muscle. I mean, that we know that. I mean, it's not. I mean, Dorian Yates was doing his heaviest lifts probably 2 weeks out. Ronnie Coleman too, and look at what they brought to the stage.
Well, that's what I was saying. Is I think honestly, like at the beginning of my prep last year, I had never been used to training like that, so it was a different stimulus. And I think I had enough food coming in that it was fine, that I was able to progress significantly right away. But at the end, you're exactly right. I think it was a detriment a little bit. And it wasn't just that. I mean, I had one guy doing my training and one guy doing my nutrition, and then it wasn't matching up. Gotcha. So now, like I said, I'm going back to just me and James. Like I said, being thankful for what I learned and implementing it back into how I used to train. And I'm very, very, very excited. And my training is actually, I think, better now because of it.
I think you're right. You probably should have gone out there and trained with Ben in the off season to learn technique, and then you could have implemented that into your training regimen. Because I think technique is important, but you don't do that right before a show, especially the Olympia. I always tell people, whenever you get ready for a show, don't try anything new. Stick with what's worked your whole career. Then after your show, if you want to play around and experiment, that's when you do it.
100% agree, and that's why I said all the criticism, I take it as constructive criticism, and I don't disagree with how I looked or maybe some of the changes I should have made, which is what we're going to do this year.
Gotcha.
I'm just taking moving forward with it as a positive, and the thing is, as far as where I placed, look, I'm not just saying this. Flex was a champ. He came in probably at his all-time best ever, and I was a little off, so. I think the placings fell where they may. As far as me and Kamal or any of the other guys, look, I don't agree with guys like Jose Raymond who said I should have been 5th. What? That doesn't to me. I truly believe I placed 2nd. I really, really do.
Well, the judges agreed with that, so that's all that matters. Let's talk about the Olympia, because this year they're making a change. I don't know why they keep making these changes. Now all of a sudden, the prejudging is no longer at the Orleans Arena. They're doing the prejudging on Friday at the expo. Is that something that bothers you? That they kind of removed you from the main stage, the 212 division? I don't know why they're doing it. Matter of fact, I got to get Dan Solomon on and ask him why they're doing it. But
initially, I was literally heartbroken. I literally thought, oh no, this is not what I wanted. And not to mention, they took a couple of the shows out this year, like the Arnold Classic and the Asia Grand Prix show, which I was going to do if they would have had it. So I gave Flex Lewis a call, or actually he got a hold of me. We talked for an hour. I talked to Jose. I talked to Guy a little bit. And we were all kind of thrown off by it. So I reached out to Dan myself and asked, what's up? Is there anything that I can do to get it back to how it should be, or how it was in the past.
Yeah, exactly. How it should be. Let's say it like it is.
That's how I really felt at the time. I'm like, hey, I know Jose and Flex are gone, but don't you think that there's other guys that are stepping in and filling those positions like myself? Yeah. Look, I reached out to the top guys, top promoters, top judges, everyone, and I said, send me everywhere. Like give me opportunity. I will come to your state. I will come to your country. I want to do the most I can and be as active as possible. So you don't think that there's other guys that are coming for the title and coming to fill those spots that the guys aren't there now? You're nuts. Like I said, it's more exciting now than ever. But as far as what I think about it, I am really, really hoping, looking at the promoter's standpoint, he made it sound, he made sense of it. He made sense of it in the sense that
Dan conned you, that's all. Dan is very good at manipulating.
I understand. And you know what? I don't really know yet how I feel, because me and Flex are still talking, and some of the guys. I don't know how I feel just yet about it. But he says he wants to give us that Friday night and basically 24 hours of a special crowning where it's really like ends Friday night, lots talked about, and come Saturday the champ will be on stage and give a speech at the Saturday night finals. So that could be opportunity for at least the champ to be seen by more eyes. And actually I started thinking about it, and I'm not saying this is going to be better, the changes. But if I'm looking optimistically, I'm going to say that being at the expo on Friday, it's not something that I truly think that I want. But if there's fans that are there that's going to watch it, and we all put on a show like I promise you that we will, then maybe there will be more fans that see us and go, that's the division that I want to see and I want to be a part of.
Right, but that's not the case because that's not the case, Derek, because you're going to get more people in the arena that are going to be able to watch it than standing around and crowding around the stage in the expo. We know that.
You're right,
but,
and that's what I said.
Yeah, but having said that, as long as they're doing the finals on Friday night in the arena, I think you're fine, because at least you get to do your routine up there and you get your pictures up there. I think that that's okay. What I'd like to see, and you can tell me if you agree or not, I'd like to see the winner pose down against the men's open winner. What do you think about that?
If that's me, I'll do it. If they let me do it, if I would become the champ, then by all means, you have my backing on that one.
All right, there you go. Well, let's get Dan on the show. I'll put him on the spot. Let me ask you this question. Who do you think, give me your top 3 biggest threats in the 212 division. I'm not going to say number 1. Give me the top 3. No order.
Well, everybody's pinning Kamal as the biggest threat. Him and Ahmad Ashkenani, everybody's pinning as the biggest threat because Kamal played second to me last year. Right. And then, like I said, people said that, he could have arguably beat me in placings. And then Ahmad, because he placed second a couple of times prior to when I came to the Olympia. Beyond that, I truly think Eduardo Correa, at his best, like he's been showing up at, I really think that guy is a phenomenal bodybuilder and is another one to watch out for. Right. And I'm gonna throw you one more guy that I really like a lot besides David Henry, of course. He's one that's you can never look past. I really like Sean Clarita and what he's bringing. Okay. I think he's just I just think that he needs to put on some more size and weight, and once he does that, then he'll be a bigger contender. But I think he's knocking on that 5-6 spot at the lowest. Cool.
I like that. I think that's to not include Clarita is to forget a very, very dangerous guy up there. And like you said, he's not the biggest guy up there, but he certainly has the roundness and the conditioning, and he's a guy that you have to watch out for sure. Now, Derek, you've been very busy. You've been traveling all over the place. You've been doing guest posings. Is that going to continue up to a certain point? When do you seem to shut that down normally?
Yep. So I've been busy like nearly every day, every week. Not just every weekend, but nearly every day, every week. I've been doing my own YouTube. I've been doing things for sponsors or guest posings. And I think we have a couple more weeks left of traveling. I'm flying out to – I just did the Grand Rapids show last weekend. I guest posed and did a seminar up there. I flew back to Tampa, filmed with Gasp today, flying to New York tomorrow, and then New Jersey the next day to film with Gasp. Back to Tampa.
Let me ask you a question there. Why would Gasp need to film you in 3 different states? What are you doing different?
We're doing our world tour. It's pretty exciting, actually.
Gotcha.
You're gonna have guys like. Remember, I told you. I said me and Guy Cisternino are gonna link up the next 2 days.
Yeah.
That's really why.
Oh, he's part of Gasp too?
Yeah. Him and Sean Clarita are both gonna be there.
All right, I got you. All right,
And
that's
so
cool.
it's gonna be exciting. See, I mean, even Gasp is behind us, 212 guys.
Sure.
Because it's just it's another company similar to Animal, which is my other sponsor. They're not just about selling product; they're about creating a brand, like you know what I mean, like a lifestyle, and so they see that in us 212 guys, and so they're behind us.
Cool.
But then I have one more guest posing on it's the second weekend of June.
Yeah.
Then I believe I'm going to shut it down for a few weeks. And then I have one more guest pose in Colorado. It's Dylan Armbrush show 6 weeks out. So it'll give you another Olympia preview. And then after that one, nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
Well, you seem busy, and busy is good. That means you're making money, and you can't. Look, you got to make a living out of this, right? So you're doing the business of bodybuilding, as Sean Ray likes to say, and that's smart business.
Yeah, I've been reaching out to as many people as I can, and I've had a lot of promoters and judges reach out to me about post-Olympia guest posings and seminars and training camps, and I want to do as much as I can. I mean, the more that I'm active, the more everybody wins. It's not just about me making money. That's a side effect to what I do. But the more I'm out, the more fans get to interact with me, or any professional bodybuilder for that matter. The more my sponsors are happy and getting more in return, the more the industry as a whole, the IFBB Pro League and NPC, get people behind them. So everybody wins whenever I'm doing stuff. If I'm at home and doing nothing, then nobody wins,
You're
man.
right.
So
No,
there's
you're
a time and place for me to lock it down for the Olympia, and then there's another time and place for me to be doing stuff. So any promoters out there, get a hold of me. Any gym owners, get a hold of me. And I want to be coming to your state or your country and putting on a show.
I like it. I like that energy you got. Now, let me ask you a final question. Flex Lewis, do you think that he can cross over successfully and ever win the Open Mr. Olympia competition?
Absolutely, man. I mean, to take that guy out of to question that is beyond me. If you have someone like Phil Heath come back at his best, I don't really see it happening as far as beating Phil Heath.
Right.
But with the showing last year and this year's excitement of the title being up for grabs, Sean Roden's going to be defending, that guy could definitely be knocking on the door for sure against those guys. I mean, he might be a shorter version, but he's put together well. That's the thing. This is bodybuilding. Mm-hmm. And just like going back to Sean Clarita, it's like, yeah, he's 165 pounds, but that dude's beating guys that are 212.
Right.
Look at Flex Lewis at 225 or 230, competing against a guy that's 240 or 250. That's not that much different at that point.
True. But there's guys who are 260, 270 also that he's competing against. So
that's the thing. The guys like Rami and Rolly are the ones that's going to throw a wrench in Flex Lewis's placings. But other than that, I mean, he's top to bottom, symmetrical and damn near perfect. So.
Yeah, he adds a level of excitement to that open division for sure.
Oh, totally.
Well, Derek, thank you so much for coming on, filling us in, giving us all your opinions. Good luck with the next, whatever it is, 14 weeks in preparation for the Olympia, and keep us updated if anything crazy happens, and best of luck with all your travels.
I'll let you know what happens with Guy Cisternino this week.
Yeah. If you wind up beating the crap out of him, or vice versa, just take pictures. That's all.
All right. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
And guys, that's going to take us to the end of another episode of Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.